Welcome in, traders. Let's make some money today, huh? Crazy day yesterday. Everything's acting about normal. Little FOMC action. Just trying to get a couple things set up here. Let's go. Let's roll. Let's operate. Let's function. What was yesterday's day actually like? Let's go take a peek, skis. Crazy. So we did get the breakout there on this hourly bull breakout. Both things that we were looking at for intraday and for macro trend lines broke. So there's that. Hourly chart. We're tapping into previous day high. May come down to FOMC high. Asia session just sold up. Well, we had a rip here. FOMC gave us some pretty interesting price action. And now we're kind of basing out after ripping up Asia and the London session. So I'm going to want to gauge participation here. We have an opportunity to obviously get a retracement to touching previous day high already. Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday, Friday. Previous week high. Previous week high is very close, as well as London high and overnight high. So we have London high and previous day high, I think, are going to be our previous week high, our long-term targets. So overall, we're bullish for the day. We did get a sweep of these bigger prices, which we were looking at. And now that got swept, we pushed back above this price line. And now we're trying towards previous week high. So yeah, kind of bullish. Just looking for a spot where it makes sense. We obviously have some options down here. A little hourly imbalance. Trying now the 20,106s. We get to the 22s. Previous week high feels very, very attractive. I think before we go, we could get a test of these prices. Yeah. Overall bullish. Previous week high, London high for the day is kind of the first targets. I'm just going to let price action play out this morning a little bit before it gives us an opportunity for that. Hourly candle right now is just selling. I'm expecting some pull into this range here. these 20,000s. We might get a little tap into the 20,000 one more try before ripping up. But we're going to be patient, find out. Hey, 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 hey. Morning's opening up. All right, got that all figured out. We're selling down into this previous day high in the FOMC where we bounced off of. We've already kind of moved off of it. We're trying to wick this price now. I think overall targets is the previous weekly high here at the 2275s. We left that behind with the London session, and I still think that's the clear target. I think we may get a dip into these 20,000s price, possibly first before the move. I'm not sure though. Maybe where are we trying to bounce at? Yeah, we might get a dip into like the 20,050s, maybe even lower. This is kind of where I'd be interested to look for longs. I'm gonna take a peek at the daily chart real quick. Insane price action. Just wild price action. But yeah, if we go get previous weekly high here, the 2275s, obviously above that we have the 20,500s at a pretty nice liquidity. So it's kind of what we're looking at. Be patient, nothing to rush into here. Nothing to rush into here. Like I said, I think we could come tap into these 20,000s, possibly, in this order block. Lots of liquidity here. We had the overnight run. We've got nothing but straight up, so we have some option for a pullback here. Previous weekly high is the really big liquidity at the 22.75 or on the 22.80s, and we have London high, obviously, right above that. So that's the saucy man. Good morning, brother. Good morning, sir. Up or down today, Sauce? Where do you think we close? Keep in mind, I think it's been 13 days in a row or 12 days in a row. We've had nothing but... okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Technically a little not. And then 5, 6. So we've had very bullish action lately. Does it continue, or do we see a dippy dip? I think we're going to continue. I think FOMC is going to give us some opportunity. We're probably going to need to dip back into FOMC high here, right? Again, around these 20,000s number. And then from there, we could look for a possible long. It's kind of what I'm eyeing for the day. We have previous weekly high. It's going to be the big clear target. He thinks he might go down a little today. Okay. Okay, buddy. Well, then that means T-Nads can make some big money today if he's with you. Thinks today could be the day she tanks. I actually think we have more upside. I think we're going to dip back into this price for a little while here. And then we have some decent liquidity options above. It's 20,100s now. Opening print price was the 2160s. We've sold since then. Only about 60 points though. Price is pretty slow at the moment. I think we're going to see, like I said, dip maybe into these 20,050s. I think we could see some reaction from it. Music's all right, but it ain't like doing it, you know.
I dare you to let me go.
Oh. Pulling down into the 20,000, under the hundreds now. Broke into the 20,100s. Let's see a dip into this 40, 50s area. Find a little bit of some structure, a little bounce and some support, and then I'm going to join it for a long, I think. Looks like it's at a focal point of going strong in whichever direction. Yeah, that tends to be, a lot of the time it feels like, wow, this could go either way. But if you look at it, I mean, on the hourly chart, right? Let's just look at the hourly chart zoomed out. So this is a bit bigger of a time frame. Yeah, let's make this the whole chart real quick. You know what I mean? Very interesting price action in general. And if you just look at where we're at, it's like, you know, we could continue down, but because we're basing here at this liquidity spot. Think about this big area here where we had just giant liquidity. Previously, from the 10th of March, we sat in this range for a while, went sideways, pushed up, and then died. And now we're pushed back into this range where we had a hard time breaking out of, and now we broke out to the other side of it, and we're kind of basing on the top of it. So that's kind of why I'm bullish. We're basing out on the other side of it. And we had a strong FOMC. So we're going to see. We're getting a dip now. Getting a strong little dip. I would be looking for a long, possibly around... Oh, we actually already filled that price, so that's interesting. Looking for a long around this bar, 20,000 whole number. I think we get a rejection around the 20,000 whole number. We're already finding some wick here on the FOMC high. Was that FOMC high to a T? FOMC high was 53, and we just got to 61. So we have a little bit of downside still to that FOMC high. And then we have the previous week high, which is very attractive, up at the right above our overnight high as well. So we have some options. So let the market play out a little bit this morning. First 15-minute range has already been set. I'll mark that out. Excuse me. Or the 30. So this range down to this candle here. So that's first 15-minute range. Honestly, not very big. Pretty tight little price action. We're getting a dip into these 60s, finding a little bit of a reaction. This is counter trend, but this is what we're going to look for. We're going counter trend here. We're just looking for a few points. I think this is going to end up basing. Matter of fact, because I think that I'm not going to do that. Really all I'm looking for is a little tap into this 15-minute range. Was at these 98s. Get a rejection from there and push lower. But I'm very bullish, and I kind of want to just be patient for the long signal. Even though we could just stab at this and grab a couple points, I think, for the short. Again, we only need 15, so I think it was an option for 15 points, but I'm going to wait. Try to play our bias. No need to rush. Frick. And there's the push off the EMA that we were looking for, that we could have just grabbed 15 points from. Classic touch, push out of the 15-minute range, retest the bottom of it, and the EMA. Beautiful little trade that could have fired, but again, we're being patient, looking for the long. I think this could fire a little lower than we delivered. We did deliver to this pivot point, so that's not a bad spot. Overall, though, I think we push lower. Overall, I think we push lower. I think we're going to compress below this EMA for a little bit. And then when we do, we're going to be looking for the long. I think we're going to continue to bounce around here for a little bit. For the next 7 minutes or so till this hourly candle closes. We're going to get a little dip below this previous hour low. And then get a strong reaction. We're going to join long and play that to the upside. It's kind of exactly what we're seeing. So now we just got to be patient, see if it plays out that way. Kind of looking to see this. We're kind of actually creating a really attractive bear flag, unfortunately. But it's not unfortunate because, like I said, this is kind of my prediction. This is going to play out. We're going to get a dip down into maybe like these 20,000s to end the for this candle close, so that the next candle is going to stretch into this range a little bit. And then I think we're going to get a strong reaction, maybe around like 10:05, something like that. Get a reaction towards the upside, and then that's when we're going to flick along and start targeting this previous weekly high, overnight high. Honestly, I think it's going to be very attractive. I wish I was funded for it, but we're going to find out. Pressing into the EMA now. I'm expecting a little consolidation and then dip for the last couple minutes of this hour, and then maybe a few more minutes of the first couple minutes of the new hourly candle. We might see a little bit more bouncing down there, and then I think we're going to see a reaction. And once that happens, that's when we're going to participate. Let's see if price can get above the EMA here, though. Pretty classic little bear flag at the moment. If they want to press it higher now, it'd be pretty interesting. Overall, pretty tight 15-minute range. Only, like 70 points, 80 points. So Thomas, if you're here, Brett said he thinks today's the down day where we get a retracement. So perma-shorts make money on down days, buddy. Hey. Retrying this price and this 50% and VWAP could be a good opportunity for a short if we don't get a pullback into the way I was expecting. I really wanted to see us get one more dip into like this. I want to see one more dip in like these 20,000 50s. Get a dip into these 50s, get a strong reaction out of there. And then I think we'll be targeting over previous weekly highs. Oh, yeah, I know. I already was up 60 points. That's about to get break even. Damn, buddy. 60 points. Fucking massive. So where'd you get short from? Retest of this price. Huh. Pressing back into the 15-minute range now. Holding the bottom of it. 2 minutes till the hourly candle closes. I'm kind of anticipating one more flush of these lows before the candle closes, and then a couple more minutes maybe down here. Get short at 22. Damn. When we're compressing below the EMA. Yeah, it's beautiful, buddy. Here we go. Here's a push now. This is kind of what we were hoping to see. I want to see this push to lows one more time before the hourly closes. Have another one dip below here. Thomas, I don't want to tell you what to do, but this is kind of where I would expect in the next couple minutes for us to find a bottom in reverse. So possibly consider taking your 60 points and look for a better spot, or just, flip long maybe. Because I'm kind of expecting these next couple minutes to flush below these lows. We might get a push down to these 2050s, and then I'm expecting a reaction out of that. But let's find out. If we were in a micro position, you could short this EMA touch just to pass the accounts. But we're going to wait for the long because I'm thinking. Let's see what happens. One more minute till the hourly candle closes. I think we're going to get a little dip below this bottom for the new hourly candle start. And then I'm expecting some reaction. Though, let's find out. New hourly candle starts. I'm expecting a push below this previous hourly bottom. Really should be shorting this and just taking this. Are your accounts almost passed? We have 2 days to go. We're up $500 on the accounts. But we have 2 days to go before they'll be past, Juan. How about you though, brother? How are you doing? Oh, I want to short this so bad and just ride this down into this bottom. But we're going to be patient here. Could you trade with Topstep, right, Juan? But yeah, we're $500 over. So either way, we won't be able to do it in today. If I make the 1500, we'll be 1,000 short. And for the 50% rule, you can't do that. So I'm expecting one push of these lows, and then I'm expecting a reaction. A bullish one, but we'll find out. $1,800 more to go on Topstep. Hell yeah, bro. You trade 5 accounts. You traded 1. Pushing into the 21.12s now. Looks like we never got a dip below that previous hourly low that we were looking for. So we're really going to be patient and see if it comes a little bit later, like 10.10 or so. If we don't get this reaction off this VWAP / 50% range. Otherwise, well, otherwise. They just want to go all the way back up there and stop out Thomas. Trade 1. Hell yeah, bro. It's all you need. It's literally all you need. Wanted to see, instead of these 3 bullish minutes, I wanted this to push below this hourly bottom one time. This is kind of changing my my thoughts on this next hour or so here. We may see another push lower. Yeah. More see another push lower before we continue toward these weekly highs. Well, this feels like an unsecured bottom. I feel like we never really tried it again. We did technically, though, with this. I think we're going to take a short order here. Sell 5. At this 50% range, we're going to try to hold this 50% range with the bears. I'm expecting a push lower into this previous hourly low before we actually get the move up. So as long as that's supported, that bottom, then we are safe to play shorts. Once that does get swept, then we would kind of change our bias. Although we are basing back into the 50% range, 50-minute range here. We could find a dip into this 20,000 whole number, 20,100 whole number again. Possibly find a reaction. There's 3 confluences for us to hold our short at these 137s where we're trying to get in. We get the VWAP, we get the 50% range of today's 15-minute range, and also a previous bottom here that was supported. So this is decent structure, though. I don't know if I really want to short this power in this structure here. We did create a nice little bottom, but we'll see. We will see. Dip into the EMA now. Could also be looking for a possible long if you do like the structure here at the 100 whole numbers. Again, I think this hourly bottom needs to break before that looks like we're playing for, but let's find out. Thomas, you got stop ticked by a point, bro. That's pain. Absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous there. Trying back into the bottom of this 50% range, or 50-minute range here. Let's see this run this previous hourly bottom here. Let's see it run it. Here we go now. Cannot believe you got stopped tick by a point, Thomas. That's insane. I'm expecting these 20,060s to get flushed. And once they get flushed, I want to see the reaction from the buyers. I'm going to cancel our sell now. Want to see these 20,060s get flushed, previous hourly low. And then we would like to see a strong reaction from the buyers to support that level. Oh, jeez Louise. Pressed below the 20,100 hold number in the EMA now. Could actually possibly. Here we go now. Running the previous hourly low. Let's see it. Here at the 2060s. Want to see NASDAQ flush through that. Engage participation from the buyers. Where they get excited, though, I'm not sure. There's a couple places. Ooh, that was actually a decent little spot. I want to see this hourly bottom get flushed out here. And then I want to gauge participation from the buyers. Because I have a feeling we're going to go run previous week high by end of day. Here we go. Here's a push into the 60s now. Previous week, low, hourly low getting ran through. Here we go. This is what we wanted to see. Now it's just gauge participation. See if we get any wicks. See if we see any strong support. See if we see pushing back into ranges. Now we're just trying to gauge. Strong wick right there. Not enough to join long yet, but this decent reaction like we were hoping to see. And I want to continue to just gauge participation, see how we react here, see how buyers show up. If sellers keep pushing it through, well, then that's its own trade. But currently feeling like we could see some reaction here. Officially swept through that previous hourly bottom. Thomas, literally just a brutal trade, bro. Like, this is painful for me knowing you'd be holding this. Insane. Another strong reaction there from a wick. If we can get a strong candle closure, that'll be different. Can't be the first one to buy, though. All we're looking for is one strong candle, one strong indication that there's other people buying this thing. Sellers are aggressive today, though, so I want to keep that somewhat in mind. Price never was able to try the VWAP again, and we're never able to try that 50%. But I think that the buyers are going to show themselves here at some point. All we're waiting for here is some better structure, right? So we have the bottom. We have a retest of the bottom with some support trying to be found. So we just need a little bit of structure, like a strong candle closure back into the range or something like that before we get confirmation in our direction. And then we can probably play longs. Like I said, lots of liquidity to generate, but I think the previous weekly high at the 2070s is what we'd be targeting overall. I think the 275. So, you know, it's about 200 points away if we can get a good entry. Get a good. 2050s now. We were kind of expecting a potential right to this price here. Strong close by the sellers. Just observing, right? Seeing how prices reacting to these prices. I want to gauge participation strength of both buyers and sellers here. We're officially at a spot of interest. So if we can get a strong candle close, then that's going to be, you know, enough confirmation. Realistically, a strong close above these 50s and maybe even above this EMA, above previous flow, would be enough for me to get a good stab at this thing. But we gotta wait for better structure. Wait for a good sign that we can get a bounce. Battling at these 2040s. Close above these 58s would be bullish. It should also be a close above the EMA essentially at this point. We have an imbalance created here, right below previous low. So we get an inversion there and a previous low support. We would definitely be able to take a long here at the 60s. It's kind of what we're looking for. Creating a nice little bear flag though here at the lows. So gotta wait, be patient, gauge participation. Just keep being patient here. Let price kind of bounce around, decide what it wants. Try an EMA again here. Don't be the first one to buy. We want to see a strong close above these 56s. I think it was. Let me look again. Yeah, close above the 58s is what we're looking for before we'd really be interested in this. Also, I kind of want to see a little bit better of a structure here. Currently getting compressed below the EMA still. Don't be the first one to buy this. We have an hourly imbalance here. Just being patient here, right? I want to see these a little bit better structure. Strong close above the 58s would be good. A little break below this low would be even better before that happens. Otherwise, this is looking like a nice little bear flag. Sell off, consolidate back into the EMA, press lower here. Like you could take this short for a couple points, I think. I believe you could. Here's a strong little move now by the buyers. Not fully in love with it yet. Not fully in love with it yet to buy these 60s. But we're looking to be looking long here in a minute. I want to see one more try of this price and then a reaction just for the last little confirmation. I want to see it try this price one more time. We just kind of stair step our way out of it. Here we go. This is the last little bit of structure that I was hoping to see here. I want to see this try one more time towards these lows, towards this horizontal line. See one more sign of continuation, and we're going to join along. Oh, excuse me. Let's try this horizontal line one more time, find some support, and we are joining these party. Excuse me. Holding the EMA at the moment. We have this imbalance that we inverted. And it's finding some support, some wick support. I want the long. I want the long. Just want to wait till we get a good opportunity. Compressing at the EMA now. Like I said, I want to see one little more dip closer towards this line. See a reaction, and we're going to join along. We may not get it, though. Structure is being put in. Okay. Pushing back into the 2080s now. Here's the long we were looking at. And now we're not going to FOMO. We're just going to find a better spot to get in, which I think is going to be closer towards this breakout price, towards previous hourly bottom. I'm going to put an order in now. Closer towards this previously hour bottom. See if we get a fill here. A little dip into there. Come on.
Order filled.
There we go. We're in there. Want to see this hold here on the EMA. We're trading for this imbalance here at this previous hourly low. We're just going to move our stop loss because it's just going to bust us. I want to see this price supported here. Decent little move. See some continuation. Bummer. That might have been that. That continuation needed to continue there. This looks like to be the retry of this. Could probably try along here too. I don't think I have an opportunity, but you seen it. We seen it, gentlemen. Where did this end up ripping up to? There's a strong reaction off of that. Oh my goodness. I feel like we just got bamboozled a little. Where'd this end up pushing down to? Sellers are looking strong. Definitely feels a little painful there. Like we just kind of got wicked out. We end up joining in. And there's the 15 points that we would have gotten. Sick. Entry price was the 64s, so we got stopped at the 54s. Go look at the chart real quick. Entry price was 64. So we got in right here, 64.50. This went down to 50, 47, 44. Oh, 17, 18 points there. Stopped us from being on the right side of this thing. Hurts a little bit. Hurts a bit. That was what we were looking for. I'm at least proud of that. We played exactly into what we were looking for to do. Got a little on the wrong side of the timing, I guess. By that last little push into that price, which some days I guess it'll do that. Some days it won't, though. It's previously hour bottom could have easily been supported. And now we're getting a push. One more chance, it looks like, for some reason. Even though I'm already below that. We're gonna hope for a dippy dip, just a one little touch, so we can get filled and then have price move. I don't know if we can even get filled now that we're technically below DLL, but we're gonna take a poke and a pray here. Excuse me. I mean, this is exactly what we were looking for, right? It's just we got that 10-point stop that we are allowed. It was just a little too big. It was a little too tight for this move. So obviously reviewing our trade, we could have taken, so what, 64 was our entry. I mean, could have taken 56. Still would have been stopped out, though. Yeah, it's tough. It really is. It's a good spot. Trying this previous candle high now. I'm pretty sure he can't get filled because we're already below, but we're going to take a poke and see here. We are compressing below 15-minute range still. That was the candle that actually killed us. We pushed into it and then immediately died off of it. Ba 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 bum ba 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 bum. Prices slowly finding higher prices. This 15-minute range is going to be tested again by the buyers, where previously the sellers were very strong here. So we'll get a better gauge here to see if selling strength is still strong or if they are letting this kind of move back up a little bit. Da ba da da ba da da ba ba. They're pushing it. Trying to break into this 15-minute range. Is acting as a resistance. Definitely notable. This thing could roll over if we fail to get into there. If we fail to get back into that 15-minute range, this could roll over. We're looking for a buy down here. The previous hourly candle. EMA was held. Now here's a continuation, trying to see if they can press back into this 50-minute range. This previous candle was a big support for place where sellers were. Still can't believe they pushed all the way down to the 45s. It's just crazy. Back to the 20,100s now. Back inside of the 15-minute range. Will it hold? Expecting this previous high at the 10 o'clock to break. Found a full size long at 80. Yeah, you did, buddy. Yeah, you did, Thomas. I think we could go run previous week high, possibly at least intraday high. Obviously, you have till we break here at the. Yeah, I think there's a lot of options for high upside there, buddy. So I like that. Trying to get in with you. Trying to get in with you. Think we have enough steam to break through previous high, previous peak here at 10 o'clock and VWAP. Probably will find a little resistance. Won't be smooth, but I still think we find some continuation. The hourly candle did exactly what we were hoping to see. Press below, and then now we're finding some higher prices. Go test the other side of the hourly. Well, really, I mean, she did exactly what we were hoping for. It's just this candle that pulled back was just a little more aggressive than we were wanting, just by 10 points, and that's enough to stop a trade. Timothy Johnson. We're going to try to buy EMA tap here. May not even be allowed to, but we're going to try. $60 plus. I love it. Get a little taparoo here. I may not even be able to move once it actually does if we don't get a push, but... Fill me and leave. Fill me and leave. Oh, it filled me and left. It did what I asked. It did what I asked. It filled me and left. It came right to my price.
Order filled.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Well, gentlemen. That is that for this trade, for this trading day for Tyler. Tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday. I may not be able to trade tomorrow. I have a place I have to be at. But that is okay, because we'll be back next week, Monday, doing it all over again. New accounts, and at any point, you're 4 days away from $25,000. So never forget that. That's the thing I love, is just 4 points away, 4 days away from 25,000. Another break even. Yeah, because why did this come all the way back down to previous hourly low where I had my original price? I'd be buying the 62s. Thomas, try to swing at these 62s here, buddy. Unless you're overall bearish, but I'm telling you, I think this bottom holds. Yeah, just no continuation going on at all. No continuation been going on at all, brother. It's been ugly. It's been tough. It's actually been ugly, and it's actually been tough. But we'll be back next week doing it all over again. Ready to make some money. Appreciate everybody here hanging out. Really means a lot. Timothy, you're going to still make tons of money. Here's a try at the 60s that I'd be trying to take a long at. And just got ripped through there. See the reaction here. We would have been long here at the 62s. Did it get down to 52? No. So we'd still be in. We'd still be in the 62s if we did get an entry. Strong reaction out of it. So it's crazy. DLL. Yeah, that's tough, buddy. Well, then tomorrow's going to be the day for you. Next week's going to be the day for you. Damn, this 62 would have, well, maybe not would have, but currently looks like it found some support. Juan, I hope you're doing good, buddy. Hope good luck on that 1800 you need to pass the account. Saucy, I hope you have a good rest of your day, buddy. You're almost there. One more day for the end of the week. I love you guys. Appreciate you for hanging out. Hit like if you haven't. If you're not subscribed, you better be. And yeah, these 62s currently are looking a little, I don't think this wick holds, though. We might see a continuation, but it's holding for the now. But that's going to do it for me, guys. I appreciate you. Hit like if you're not, subscribe. Be back next week. Enjoy your weekend, and peace.